Ooh, look what I got my hands on. Yep, it's the newest rare stock from John Schrepel. Was this worth all the effort to get this? Let's find out. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways Plus Plus. I'm Doc Martinez, and today we have a very special review. Or should I say a rare review. Yep. This is the third release in Stella Austin's rare stock. So before we get too far into it, let me give myself a little pour. Let's pop this bottle open, pour some out, and let it breathe for a second. Ooh, nice pop, nice pop. Let's pour some out. Ooh, always love that noise. Make sure I have a nice good pour to taste. And we'll close this up and put it to the side over here. Oh yeah. First of all, I have to give a huge shout out to my in-laws. Yep, they must like me because they woke up early, hung out at the distillery to grab this bottle for me. So, was it worth all their effort to help me get this? Was it worth sitting in some rain and some sun for hours? We're gonna find out, aren't we? John Schrepel, head distiller at Stella Austin, has a knack for distilling some of the best traditional whiskeys to ever come out of Texas. With this Rare Stock series, some of John's most unique and unexpected expressions are finally available for those seeking something as extraordinary as it is rare. One of the unique things and one of my favorite things about Stella Austin is that they only use 100% Texas grown grains. That is not what makes this bottle rare. What makes this bottle rare? Well, it is an oated bourbon finished in malted blue corn barrels, and only 180 bottles were available. As you know, anytime I do a review, I like to share some samples, so stay tuned to find out how you could possibly win a sample of this rare one. Let's get into this bottle. Bottle details. Stella Austin Rare Stock Release Number 03. Classification, straight bourbon whiskey. Distillery, Stella Austin. Release date 2025. Proof on this is 110.3 proof, making it 55.15% ABV. Age statement on this year is 4 years, but 4 years in Texas. Finish, malted blue corn barrel. That sounds so interesting. Mashbill, 58% white corn, 35% naked oats, 7% wildfire malted barley. MSRP, $54.50 for this 375. Anytime I do a review, I do a scoring of 1 to 10 on aromas, flavors, complexity, mouthfeel, finish, and of course, would I buy again? All right, time to get into the fun part. Let's first look at this. Ooh, nice, dark, golden color to this. That looks so nice. And I love how dark they get with 4 years of Texas aging. It just makes it look, it looks like it's older than that. Sticking to the glass nicely. Starting to create some legs right now. A little separated, but still kind of close. Going down slowly. So that's good. That looks like it's going to have nice viscosity on that. And I like when it has viscosity because it sticks to that mouth nicely. Well, let's do aroma. Ooh, wow. That was my first sniff. A lot of times when you get that first one, it is kind of the alcohol hits you. But man, I didn't smell the alcohol on that at all. Ooh, that smells great. That smells great. I got alcohol on that one. I took a big sniff. I was waiting to start kind of breaking down the aroma, kind of giving you the different aromas of smells. I got alcohol on that one. That was too funny. That was funny. Ooh. So this one, very sweet, a little chocolatey. There's orange. There's sweetness. I'm trying to, it's like a vanilla, but what is that? There's a nice smell behind there. I'm trying to pick that up. It's almost like a cake, like a vanilla cake kind of smell. Oh, my goodness. That is a great nose. You do smell a little hint of that malted, but not like, it's not like hitting you way up front. This is a very, very unique nose. Very unique. Oh, wow. I just love that nose. That's a great nose. That's a great nose. I'm going to actually give that nose an 8. I only want to say that's probably one of the highest I've ever gotten for aroma. All right. Next, flavors. With that nose, I cannot wait to get into this one. It's my first drink, first one on the palate. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. Wow. It's hard. It went through so many. For the first taste, that complexity was, I mean, the flavors were just evolution on my tongue. It's going to be hard to pick up a lot of that. There's some spice up front, sweetness, orange, and I can't figure out nutty. It's nutty right now. There's some nuttiness there. And there are so many things in the middle of that I missed. I was just like, wow, just enjoying that, like just rolling over my tongue. Whew. I like that. For initial flavors, I'm going to give that an 8. Complexity. How does this evolve on the tongue? I can't wait for this one. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to hold it in my mouth just a little bit longer so I can go through that evolution and share that with you. Hopefully I can explain this, because that first one was just very unique to me, that my mind was going 1,000 different places trying to grab it all. There's just a lot to it. So let's go in for that next one. A little bit of spice up front. Goes into a sweetness. Goes into a burntness. Like there's some like char in there. Some leathery notes in there. You're already picking up that leathery notes, and it's only 4 years old. There's a citrus peel. There is nuttiness, almond, cashew right in the middle that just kind of goes over. And then there's this unique flavor. I want to say it's that malted blue corn that just kind of hits at the end there. That is just different. It is different. I like that. I like that complexity, how it evolved. I liked how it goes from one to the next with sometimes there's so many flavors and things that they cover each other and they elapse each other, and they don't allow you to enjoy one or the other. This one just rolls really nicely and just went through an evolution that was very pleasing to me, and that I just enjoyed how it went through it. So I'm going to give that complexity an 8. You know what? I'm changing that. 8.2. All right. Mouthfeel, thickness, and viscosity. Ooh, in that one, I'm getting a little bit of bitterness. A little bit of bitterness in that, but it's still with all the other sweetness and all that other evolution in there. It's kind of like an orange bitters. Like when you do orange bitters, it's kind of what that tastes like. That orange is coming through a lot right now, a little bit more than it was. And then I get to that nuttiness. It's very interesting. It's almost like that. That's probably what it is. Like an oat cookie, an oat cookie that you bite. And so it's funny, when growing up, I used to leave them open. I like my oat cookies to be kind of soft and stale. And that's kind of now what it's bringing me back to that memory. So I'm not talking about that. Go with that into the finish, I guess. But holy cow. Thickness and viscosity, let's get back to that. Stays on the tip, stays on the middle of the tongue, stays on the roof of the mouth, nothing towards the back, but I do get a nice Texas hug. So mouthfeel, I'm going to give that a 7. All right, let's talk about the finish. Let me get a taste, talk about the finish, because that's what I was kind of jumping into on that last one, because it threw me for a loop with that little bit of change in there. And I love what that happens. When as you go and drink and have another little sip and have another sip, how that evolution happens, how you get that. So let's go in for that finish. A little spice, little bitter, like that orange bitters, nuttiness, and like I was talking about a few seconds ago, oat cookie, stale oat cookie, which I like. And you have some sweetness in there and some bitterness. I mean, honestly, this reminds me of I don't know if I'd want to use this for an old fashioned. I might have to, because it reminds me of an old fashioned, where you go through that evolution of the bitterness and the sweetness and the whiskey and that hug that it gives you and that little bit of spiciness in there. I don't know if I want to spend some of this on an old fashioned, but heck, I bet it'd make an amazing old fashioned. I'm gonna have to think about that. That's gonna be something very, very special if I end up doing that. Wow. So finish, even after all that talk and jumping off into old fashions, it's still there. I still taste it. I still get that hug. I still have it on my tongue, my front and mid palate, and I'm enjoying that. I'm going to give the finish 7.8. 7.8. Now the hard question: would I buy again? At what was this? $55? $55, 100% every day, all day, except there's only 180 bottles made, and I know it's sold out, and I don't know what this will go on secondary, and I know still Austin, for the most part, doesn't have a huge secondary market, which I'm happy for. But crap, that makes it hard, because if you can find it for $55, that's a 10 out of 10 right there. I've never given a 10, and I would say 10 out of 10 because of the rarity and the scarcity and all that of this. I'm gonna say it's a yes. And if you can find this bottle for, let's say, 110 or under, that's double the price. 110 or up to 55, the MSRP. Grab it. And if you don't want it for that price or lower, grab it for me, because I will take it. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to give that an 8. My score on this is 47 out of 60. I want to bet that's probably one of my highest score, if not the highest score I've ever given to a bourbon whiskey on my reviews. I like to be honest and tough on my reviews, but this one is next level. For being so young, having that complexity, having that evolution, having that finish, just having that mouthfeel, all of it just works. Just works for me. And I'm really enjoying that. So 47 out of 60. Wow. I think that's a great score for this. I think that's one of my highest scores I've ever done. And just, wow, I do enjoy this one. I am going to cherish this one. It's not a big bottle and makes me almost not want to share it. But you know me, I always share. So let's talk about how you can win a sample. So if you have it, please hit that like button. Just go hit it and go and click on that and hit it. Make sure to subscribe. And in the comments, let me know, have you tried any Texas whiskeys? And if so, which ones do you enjoy? Do you enjoy Still Austin? Is there any Still Austin that you like as well? Also leave hashtag John Schrepel. John Schrepel. Wow. I enjoyed this. Thank you, my in-laws, for going to get this for me. This is one of the best pours I've ever had. I'm really enjoying this, and I thank you for going out there and spending that time for me. I'm hoping to be out there on the next one with you guys so we can all sit out there and enjoy some pours and enjoy this journey and grab the next bottle. But I appreciate you for doing that for me this time. Well, my friends, thank you for joining me on another journey down my Texas whiskey rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends. Cheers!